Welcome to the 349th Monday Night Hootenanny, and we have not had one since the 8th of November, so we are resuming for the winter. Thank you for coming. We are going to go right on with the format that we've had in the past. We've got a lot of people here tonight welcoming not only the Hootenanny back, but each other back to the Hootenanny.
All musicians.
So I hope more people will show up tonight. This is the 75th Hootenanny that we've had here at Snow King Center, and we want to once again thank Snow King for allowing us to have the Hootenanny here. And I don't know, we'd like to get some feedback, I suppose, from audience and musicians to see how everyone thought about this time off, and whether or not we'll do this in the spring. Probably so. When we get down to such few numbers and everyone's taking a vacation, it seems like maybe it's the right thing to do, but talk about it with us. Talk to Bill and Hank and John Cook when he's back. John won't be here tonight. I may be here next Monday, but perhaps I'll be on the road going back to California by that time. We have always had a few traditions at the Hootenanny, or at least they became such. And one is we hope that everyone will join us in not talking while the performers are on the stage, so everyone can hear the songs. And please, no smoking in here for the rest of the evening. And Bill Briggs, my co-hoot, always starts the evening off. Bill, I believe, wouldn't give up. He wouldn't take Monday nights off, and with a few other people, why he was at the lounge area of the Snow King Lodge every Monday night, keeping on with an evening of folk music. Good job, Bill. Wonderful for Barbara and I to be back among you all, and we do miss the Hootenanny. That's the one thing we dearly miss. I don't miss plowing snow in the winter, but I certainly do miss the Hootenanny. So we're going to get started, go right on with the show. We've got a number of people who haven't been here in quite some time, so I think you'll enjoy the program tonight. And we'll start with Bill Briggs.
Get Hank up here with me.
Put that against the back wall.
Oh, okay, that's a good idea. Oh, we're going to do some songs of the sea, or sailors' songs. And there's one here, it's become a bluegrass number. Pretty popular, making a comeback these days. It always amuses me a little bit that I learned these songs back in the 50s, and they just come around now to being on a popular record, or coming out on records these days. Anyway, this is one called Handsome Molly. I have no idea where it comes from. You would think that it comes from England somewhere. I wish I was in London or some other seaport town, setting my foot on a steamboat, I'd sail the ocean round. I'd sailing across the ocean and sailing across the sea, Think of handsome Molly wherever she might be. Hair was black as a raven and eyes black as coal. Cheeks were like the lily that in the morning grows. Don't you remember, Molly, when you give me your right hand? Ever you got married, they said you'd be my man. I wish I was in London or some other seaport town. Setting my foot on a steamboat, I'd sail the ocean round. Sailing across the ocean and sailing across the sea. Think of handsome Molly wherever she might be. Went to church last Sunday, passed her on by. Could tell her heart was changing by the roving of her eye. Don't you remember, Molly? Well, now you've broken your promise, go marry whom you please. Now my poor heart is aching, you're resting at your ease. Oh, I wish I was in London or some other seaport town. Setting my foot on a steamboat, I'd sail the ocean round. Sailing across the ocean and sailing across the sea. Think of handsome Molly wherever she might be.
What happened to the other chair?
Investigations are being conducted.
Good. I have a vested interest in that other chair.
You may have to file a claim.
Someone was using one at the craft fair as a display rack,
Oh.
but I don't know whether it was this one or the
Well,
missing
both
one.
of these have a JH branded on them, because that's what one of them branded on before I gave them.
That's what I told her. I said, you could probably sell that, but don't.
Good.
This song is a real challenge. I really don't know. We had a fellow playing at the Hoot who did this so well, and I hesitate to try and do it. But he's gone down to Colorado, so there's an empty place here. I'll try and do this. This is a song about the trying to find the Northwest Passage up in the Arctic Ocean. And Franklin, I think, did 2 trips up there trying to get through. But anyway, on the second one, he died up there and got lost or whatever. Anyway. And they figure now he died of food poisoning from a canned meats they had. And evidently there were lots of caribou around there which he could have killed and eaten and stayed alive. But there was something against doing that. deep. Swinging in my hammock, I fell asleep. I dreamed a dream, I thought it true, concerning Franklin and his gallant crew. With 100 seamen he set sail to the frozen ocean in the month of May. Seek that passage around the pole where we poor seamen do sometimes go. Through cruel hardship his men they strove, their ship on mountains of ice was drove, where the Eskimo in his skin canoe was the only one who ever came through. In Baffin Bay, where the whalefish blow, the fate of Franklin no man may know. The fate of Franklin no tongue can tell. Lord Franklin along with his sailors do dwell. And now my burden, it gives me pain. For my long-lost Franklin, I'd cross the main. 10,000 pounds would I freely give to say on earth that my Franklin do live. Was homeward bound one night in the deep. Swinging in my hammock, I fell asleep. I dreamed a dream, I thought it true, concerning Franklin and his gallant crew. Thank you.
I guess everyone knows that Bill takes over as MC for the evening. Next we have a fellow who's been coming to quite a few of the Hootenannys, not too many of them lately, but used to, especially when we were up at Dornan's, and he is a tour escort in the summer, has been in the past, and is an author, has a book out now. So please welcome Cal Glover.
Two books. Two books.
What are the names of them?
Oh, why, it's funny you should ask.
I wanted to twist hard.
A Grizzly Death in Yellowstone, and I'm going to try to make that into a movie. Thank you. No applaud. Don't applaud. Thank you. The Millennium Project is the new one, the climax of which takes place in Jackson Hole on New Year's Eve of 1999, so you better run out quickly and get that book to be in, sync with the
What's the name of the second one?
the Millennium Project. That's with 2 L's and how many N's? 2. How many people have seen it 1,000 times with 1? Well, yeah, about half the time I see it spelled with 1 M. Well, this isn't a very Christmassy song. I got a couple of Christmassy ones this evening, but this one has kind of a Christmassy feel to it. And, this one has to go out to Julie Butterfly. What's her last name?
Oh, the tree lady.
The tree lady. She came down today. Yay, the tree lady came down. 2 years and 10 days. And I think that's pretty neat. She saved the redwood she was in. And all the redwoods surrounding 200 feet. And that was, I guess, they were going to cut it down. But she did what she accomplished. Song by James Taylor. And anybody can help me sing along. I know, Adrian, you know the chorus on this one. So help me sing along. Here's a young cowboy who lives on the range. His horse and his cattle are his only companions. He works in the saddle and he sleeps in the canyon, waiting for summer, his pastures to change. And as the moon arises, he sits by his fire. He's thinking about women and glasses of beer. He closes his eyes as the doggies retire. Sings a song which is soft but it's clear, as if maybe someone could hear. Now good night, you moonlight ladies, rocked by sweet baby James. Now deep greens and blues are the colors I choose. Won't you let me go down in my dreams? Rocked by sweet baby James. Now the 1st of December is covered with snow, and so was the turnpike from Stockbridge to Boston. Though the Berkshires seem dream-like on account of that frosting, with 10 miles behind me and 10,000 more to go. There's a song they sing when they take to the highway, song they sing when they take to the sea, song that they sing of their home in the sky. And you can believe it if it helps you to sleep, but singing works just fine by me. Now good night, you moonlight ladies, rocked by sweet baby James. Now deep greens and blues are the colors I choose. Won't you let me go down in my dreams and rock by sweet baby James? Thank you. This one, I have to sing this one because this year, 1999, saw the passing of a good friend of mine, Mel Torme, the Velvet Frog, right? The what? The Velvet Fog? Velvet Frog. Wasn't he the Velvet Frog?
No, Fog.
They called him the Velvet... Well, see, he wasn't a very good friend of mine. Actually, he wasn't a friend of mine at all, but I did work with him. I was a light man. Is that right? It's the Velvet Fog, if we'll say it. I was a light man at a nightclub in called Bachelor's 3 in Fort Lauderdale. And I worked lights when Mel Torme was there, and he had this gag with the lights that he wanted to do, and we pulled it off, and we got a great laugh. Then my assistant blew the gag, and it embarrassed Mel Torme. And in his dressing room, Mel Torme, as he was getting dressed, pretty much yelled and screamed, and he was pretty bitter about that mess up. And I'm here to tell you that Mel Torme wears boxers with hearts on them. So a Christmas song, and anybody can... Huh?
Who doesn't?
And Exhibit A here. Come on up and show us. So help me out in singing any part of this anybody feels like it's in, because I'm a cappella. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose. Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and the folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe will help to make the season bright. Tiny little tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They'll know that Santa's on his way. He's bringing lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas to you. Thank you.
Cal Clover. All right. We have a fellow back with us again. He used to be our singing lift operator here, but he's over in the mechanics department now as an assistant over there. But he still sings really well. Here is Patrick Troiani.
I missed what he was telling you about me. I don't know what he said. You're probably right. Welcome, Hank Phipps. We just got out of the bathroom.
That's not as bad as it sounds.
Rehearsing this again. We just love the acoustics in there. So now we have to adjust. So anyway, I'm gonna do a few Christmas songs for you. It's really hard to do. I feel insecure if I'm not too close. This first song is I don't know where I got it from a John Denver album, and I don't know who wrote it. I forget who wrote it. But it's really apropos. It's called Christmas for Cowboys.
Christmas Day, driving the cattle on the snow-covered plains. All of the good gifts that are given today, ours is the sky and the snow-covered plains. Christmas parades, but I'll take the blanket, I'll take the plains. It's Christmas for cowboys on the snow-covered range. a campfire for warmth as we stop for the night. The stars overhead are Christmas tree lights. The wind sings a hymn as we bow down to pray. It's Christmas for cowboys on a wide open range. Tall in the saddle, we spend Christmas Day driving the cattle on a snow-covered range. And all of the good gifts that are given today, ours is the sky and the snow-covered plains. It's Christmas for cowboys on the wide open range. It's Christmas for cowboys on the wide open Thank you, Hank Phipps.
Thank you all very much. This is a song I wrote about Christmas as I was growing up. And these are my true memories of Christmas. And they were good. You know, they were really good. I named this song Under the Christmas Tree. I remember when I was a little boy, Christmas Day was near. Snow all over the ground outside, the sky was crystal clear. Oh, the school was ready for the holiday, bright decorations and Christmas plays, and I couldn't wait to get home and say, let's get a Christmas tree. Oh, me and my dad hop into the car. We drive down to the Texaco, buy a white pine for a couple of bucks. We throw it in a truck and go home. Then we put it in the middle of the living room. Turn on the lights, how my excitement bloomed. By Lionel Electric Train and me underneath the Christmas tree. Oh, la 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 la, under the Christmas tree. You can get into the spirit of the season under the Christmas tree. Well, then I grew a little older eventually. I turned into a fine young man. House was always filled with company, enjoying the Yuletide grand. Oh, but then I drink a couple bottles of Christmas wine. I wake up in the middle of the night to find pine needles all over me under the Christmas tree. Hey! La 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 la, underneath the Christmas tree. You can get into the spirit of the season underneath the Christmas tree. Oh, yeah.
holiday look. Mom and Dad are asleep upstairs, so we take the phone off the hook. Kiss beneath the mistletoe in the hall. She tells me that she'd like to see my Christmas balls. And oh, what a present she gives to me underneath the Christmas tree. La 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 la, under the Christmas tree. You can't get into the spirit of the season under the Christmas tree. Oh, fa la 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 la, under the Christmas tree. You can't get into the spirit of the season under the Christmas tree. Underneath the Christmas tree. Underneath the Christmas tree. Under the Christmas tree. Under the Christmas tree. Under the Christmas tree. Fa la 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 la. Fa la 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 la. Thank you.
Singer-songwriter Patrick Troyan, if you want a CD of his works, they're over there at the table. Just come on.
That's right. Buy them.
Anyway, next up we got a guy that hasn't been with us for quite a while. He's also a singer-songwriter, guitar player, par excellence. He's really good. Topical things that are going on in Jackson or around about. Anyway, it is Bradley Parker.
It's about time you came back.
Yeah, you got to do things sometimes. You think you're getting ahead, but it's funny. You are getting ahead, actually. It's a good thing. But anyhow, God, Bill always gives me these gracious entrances here, he always talks so nice about me, and I just have to say that it was cool because I didn't know if the Hootenanny was here or up at Snow King, and my housemates were like all tickled because they were like, "Wow, Bill Briggs called Bradley Parker," they were like, it was pretty cool, so that was a good thing. I don't know that we aspire to be like Bill and like all these old time folk guys that are here. When we do Tram Jam, we think about doing it when we're a little bit older, and we've done it 8 years now, and it's been a great experience, and it's just getting better, and we really enjoy that. But the Christmas tree song, I went to buy a Christmas tree today, and I went through the whole problem of should I go out and kill a poor, innocent, unsuspecting Christmas tree in the national park and sneak up, well, wherever you can do it. You get a permit. Hey, I wouldn't know better. I'm the type of guy that buys a Christmas tree, And I went down there and I couldn't. I don't know. Who knows where those Christmas trees came from? Anyhow, that's what I guess. Anyhow, I have a Christmas song, or you can hear a 4th of July song or an April Fool's song.
Let's have Christmas.
Christmas. You asked for it. Suddenly it's Christmas, right after Halloween. Forget about Thanksgiving, it's just a buffet in between. There's lights and tinsel in the windows, and they're stocking up the shelves. Santa's slaving at the North Pole in his sweatshop full of elves. There's got to be a climax to the day the Christ was born. The halls are decked with pumpkins and ears of Indian corn, dragging through the fallen leaves in a one-horse open sleigh. Suddenly it's Christmas 7 weeks before the day well. Suddenly it's Christmas Christmas the longest holiday. When they say season's greetings, they mean just what they say, 'cause it's a season, it's a holiday, retail eternity, and it's not over till it's over and you throw away the tree. Outside it's positively balmy, in the air an area knit. Suddenly it's Christmas, unbutton and unzip. Yes, they're working overtime. Santa's little runts. Christmas comes up once a year and goes on for 6 months. Christmas carols in November and December too. It's no wonder we're so depressed when everything is through. Finally it's January, let's sing Old Lang Syne. Here comes another heartache shaped like a valentine. Yeah, suddenly it's Christmas, the longest holiday. When they say season's greetings, they mean just what they say, 'cause it's a season, it's a marathon, retail eternity. It's not over till it's over and you throw away your tree. No, it's not over till it's over and you throw away the tree. It's not over till it's over and you throw away the tree. Yeah. That's all Loudon Wainwright's song about Christmas. And I don't have my own song about Christmas yet, but started this little harmonica thing. Peter Chandler got me into this. They're actually addictive, but they drive your housemates crazy. And I guess if Mrs. Claus might say this, or Santa Claus might say this about Mrs. Claus, but because I know that Santa Claus is probably wild about Mrs. Claus. If you can put up with that guy's nonsense, you can put up with any guys. I say that from personal experience, because I have a woman that's very special to me, and she couldn't be here tonight, but she certainly would have been. So. Hug a devil, make a cripple walk a country mile. Sure makes me feel good to see the little woman smile. She knows I ain't good for nothing but trouble and an aching heart. She keeps on taking me back for a brand new start. You know, well, sometimes I can't help but wonder why the little girl loves me so. Takes me in like an old street dog, and then she turns around and lets me go. I say she's the kind of woman who just won't quit. Makes her mind go tumbling. Gonna break my heart just to leave her this way. I won't leave her. Well, sometimes I get caught in a blue fog. Feel like I'm gonna pack my leaving child. Don't know how she does it. She always makes me miss that train. I'm behind time. She's the kind of woman just won't quit. Makes your mind go tumbling. We're gonna break my heart. Just leave her this away. So sometimes she feels like trying love that you never know. Well, sometimes I can't help takes me in like an old street dog. Turns around and lets me go. I said, she's kinda wanna, just won't quit. Makes your mind go tumbling. Gonna break my heart just to leave her this away. Crip walk a country mile. Sure makes me feel good to see the little woman smile. Oh yeah, yeah, sure makes me feel good to see the little woman smile. Thanks very much.
Good to have Bradley back. Original songs, or Aboriginal songs, I don't know which. Here's a guy with old time songs we haven't heard. Usually tells us a story about him. Here is Jack Hyder.
How many of you heard the Prairie Home Companion this week? No. Well, Brad's referring to having a woman, made me think about it. Garrison Keillor was in New York, and he visited Hillary's area, her campaign headquarters, and he found out the word woman was very unpopular, so he was offering an alternative: estrogen Americans. Well, I'm going to sing two folk songs, and the first song isn't a folk song, but I think it just needs to be sung by all of us at this time of year. You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming, everybody, to town. He's making a list, checking it twice. He's gonna find who's naughty and nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. Oh, you better not doubt. You better not cry. You better watch out. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Yes, Santa Claus, Mr. Santa Claus, he's coming to town. Just I have to see what key I'm supposed to do. This next song is a Caribbean folk song, and I want you all to learn the chorus in a hurry. As soon as I fish out this capo. The chorus is this. I don't care what the white man say, Santa Claus is a black man. I don't care what the white man say, Santa Claus is a black man. Now you'll know where to come in on this, you'll see. Okay, I'll start over with that and we're ready. I don't care what the white man say, Santa Claus is a black man. I don't care what the white man say, Santa Claus is a black man. White man say he got the long white beard, long white as snow. I don't care what the white man say, he got the bushy eyebrows and afro. Hey, I don't care what the white man say, Santa Claus is a black man. I don't care what the white man say, Mr. Santa Claus is a black man. Radio in one end and a pick in the other, represent the black man race. If you don't come home for Christmas, he will tell your mother and jump right in your face. Hey, I don't care what the white man say, Santa Claus is a black man. I don't care what the white man say, Mr. Santa Claus, Senor Santa Claus, Mr. Santa Claus is a black man. Hey!
Jack Hunter. Caribbean Christmas.
Actually, there is a little story to that, but a short one. And that is that I have a song that is politically incorrect, taught me by a Mormon bishop, and some of you have heard it. It's called The Mormon Coon. And I was asked to sing that at a campfire party in Jackson Hole about 15 years ago. And as I was getting ready to, one of the ladies there present said, I don't think that's appropriate. And of course, she was right. So I backed down. There was this silence, and nobody knew quite what to do. And this one little kid, black kid, said, I can sing a song, Jack. And he sang that. And of course, everybody just dissolved. He was only about 7. He didn't realize the tension. It was just...
I knew there'd be a story in there somewhere. Okay, next up we have Peter Ward.
I love the twinkle in Jack's eyes when he does this. Well, I have a couple of songs of the season. One slightly sacrilegious and one religious. Well, Christmas time is here, by golly. Disapproval would be folly. Deck the halls with hunks of holly. Fill the cup and don't say when. Kill those turkeys, ducks, and chickens. Mix the punch, drag out the dickens. Even though the prospect sickens, brother, here we go again. On Christmas Day, you can't get sore. Your fellow man you must adore. There's time to rob him all the more. The other 364. Relations sparing no expensal. Send some useless old utensil or a matching pen and pencil. Just the thing I need, how nice. It doesn't matter how sincere it is or how heartfelt the spirit. Sentiment will not endear it. What's important is the price. Hark the Herald Tribune sings, advertising wondrous things. God rest you merry merchants, may you make the Yuletide pay. Angels we have heard on high, tell us to go out and buy. So let those raucous sleigh bells jingle. Hail our dear old friend Kris Kringle, driving his reindeer across the sky. Don't stand underneath when they fly by. That's a Tom Lear Christmas carol. This next one, I hope you all join with me. This is a little more live than I thought. This is a Christmas carol, and it'll be best if everybody's singing Angels We Have Heard on High. Angels we have heard on high, sweetly singing o'er the plains and the mountains in reply, echoing their joyous strains. song. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Come to Bethlehem and see him whose birth the angels sing. Come adore on bended knee Christ the Lord, the newborn King. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo. See him in a manger laid, whom the choirs of angels praise. Mary, Joseph, lend your aid, while our hearts in love we raise. Gloria in excelsis Deo. Gloria in excelsis Deo.
Peter Ward. And now we'll get up his better half here, Adrian Ward.
I have two seasonal songs. One of them mentions Christmas. That'll have to do. I usually, if I'm going to sing two disparate songs, I force you to listen to the pretty one first. This is, I stole it off a Gordon Bach tape. I guess it's about a female recluse who had messages. Nowadays, she'd be on Prozac or something. Loud are the bells of Norwich, and the people come and go. Here by the Tower of Julian, I tell them what I know. Bring out bells of Norwich and let the winter come and go. All Peter's going to back me up in a little guitar bit here. This has a chorus which you can easily learn. I was singing this summer and some people from Europe listened to Bill Staines' chorus and they said, "That has too many words." So we have a chorus here with not too many words. And this is a song with a very short half-life. I'll sing it this week and I may sing it next week and probably never again.
That's a secret, Jack.
Adrian Ward, songwriter, parody writer, really. Anyway, I don't think that song will have a long life to it.
Well, we can sing it for Y3K.
I saw a great sign the other day in Washington State. It said Y2K question mark because 1K is not enough.
Okay, now, back from from California, Southern California, basking by the ocean and whatnot. He has come back here just to serenade us one more time. Here is Dick Barker.
Hey!
Thank you. And we do miss the Hootenanny out there. So I'm going to try out a new song. That means lots of forget-me song. The church, it was busy with pew after pew of the faithful in line to be shriven, down on their knees doing laps with the beads, that their sins be absolved and forgiven. In the confessional, Father O'Rourke heard humanity stripped to the core. Had a word with the boss, made the sign of the cross, and admonished them, go sin no more. And after an hour of sin upon sin, and gollops of perfect contrition, the door had clicked open, an old man walked in, and assumed the confession position. This white-haired old fella, as old as the hills, 90 if he was a day. His face weathered and creased, he looked up at the priest and said, Father, I've something to say. I'm a very old man, I'll be 91 years, come the next 14th day of November. All of me life, I've been true to me wife, as near as I seem to remember. In a great fit of madness just 3 nights ago, God knows what I thought I was doing. I slept with 2 teenage cheerleaders at once. I brought them both to their ruin. Well, Father O'Rourke didn't know what to say, but this old man had made an impression. His voice level and calm, well, he said to the man, when were you last at confession? It's me very first time, the old man replied. I've not been to confession before, for I've been a Protestant all of me life, at least till I walked through that door. Well, Father O'Rourke was a great deal confused. He says, look, there's something amiss. If you've been a Protestant all of your life, why are you telling me this? The old man just beamed a broad wicked grin. In the darkness his little eyes glistened. Oh, Father, says he, with his voice full of glee, I'm telling whoever will listen. Folk Music 101 Sing-Along. This has 2 words. They're not very hard. You just sing melody, follow me. When I was just a wee tot, they put me on a wee pot. They put me on my wee pot to see if I would wee or not. Wee, 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 wee. And when they saw that I would not, they took me from my wee pot. They put me on my wee cot. And there I wee-weed quite a lot. Wee-wee, 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 wee-wee. They took me from that wee cot, and then they spanked me quite a lot, which goes to show that you should not drink much water when the weather is hot. Wee wee, wee wee, wee wee, wee wee. When I was young and in my prime, I used to wee wee all the time. But now I'm old and getting gray. I scarce can wee twice a day. Wee wee, wee wee.
Dick Barker. Wonderful storyteller. All right. Next up, we have our cowboy.
Bob Nolan wrote a lot of the great songs, Western songs. This particular song he wrote one autumn day sitting, looking out the window, watching the leaves falling off the trees, and he started to write a little poem. See them tumbling down, pledging their love to the ground. And actually the song was originally Tumbling Leaves, but it got changed, luckily for all of us, to Tumbling Tumbleweeds. When I was just a boy growing up, I had 3 heroes. Roy Rogers, Gene Autry, and my dad. This is a song that was written by Gene Autry. It's a love song. He got the idea from a fan letter. This lady wrote him a letter years ago and said, "You're the only star in my blue heaven. You're the only star in my blue heaven, and you're shining just for me. You're the only star in my blue heaven, and in dreams your face I see. You're the guiding light that brightens up the night. Till you come in sight, my heart is lonely. You're the only star in my blue heaven, and you're shining just for me."
heaven, and you're shining just for me.
Thank you very much.
Oh, some golden oldies there with Greg Cutler. All right, next up, we have a guy that likes to do sing-along type songs. Here is Jerry Chambliss.
I just love it, Bill, when you come up with all these instruments, so I brought a case too. Actually, there's a little teeny weeny banjo player in there. Thanks to Mr. Bob Gray, who inadvertently prodded me into a delightful scenario and caused a reunion between myself and the Kingston Trio after a very, very long time. I didn't think they'd even remember me, but they did. I went over to Idaho Falls, had a hell of a good time, and Bob Shane and I, who was the only remaining original member and the kind of the guts and the heart of the trio, and I exchanged old war stories. And a couple of things he said are pertinent to hear and kind of stuck in my mind. And he says, you know, he said, everybody always asks me what I attribute to the success of the trio. And he says, hell, we were just three guys having fun. And that was it, as far as he's concerned. And that's the kind of the name of the game here, I think, is just having some fun. So if you feel like stomping your feet or clapping your hands or singing along, then do it, because the more fun, the better. And he also had another observation. I said, well, Bob, what's the downside? And he says, playing the same 17 songs 25,000 times. And that's another thing that kind of ties in here, because we try to learn, or at least I try to learn 4 new songs every week. And that's a little variety that's got me dependent on cheat sheets, but that's okay too. But that also means that once in a while you're going to hit a few clinkers, and that's fun too, I guess. Not so much fun for the guy clinking, but for the clinkeries out there listening to it. But that's part of the deal, and I don't think anybody's up here to try to audition for a record company or anything, so the name of the game is just to have some damn fun. And we try, at least I do, and I know the fellow performers do, try to do as good as they can, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And nobody's thrown any panties at me yet, so I know I ain't that good. But nobody's thrown a rotten tomato at me either, so I know I ain't that bad. Now, some joker after listening to me is probably going to go out and wrap a rotten tomato in some panties and throw it at me. And I'll spend the rest of my life trying to figure out what the hell that means. But fun and a little bit of variety, a little bit of change are good things. And I got kind of roped into singing a solo for the Jackson Hole Chorale when they were doing their thing. And my son instigated that. Then he climbed on my case about this poor old guitar. And he said, Dad, you got to do something about that. So I figured I'd try something a little bit different. And maybe there is something in that case here. Let's see what's there. my God, it's Bob Shane. Hey, hey.
Don't wear holes in this.
I'm gonna try not to. I'm not quite as crazy as I used to be, Jack. Once in a while I have flashes of brilliance. And this old 12-string, I just had the urge today to figure out what a 12-string was all about, and I sat down, I started strumming this thing, and I said, my God, where have I been? When Bill and a few of the other folks were kind of holding court in the lobby of the Snow King, I was there much of the time and started working on a couple of songs, so won't be surprised anybody when they hear them that we're there, but be surprised maybe. These are new, what can I say? For me, anyway. Riding on the city of New Orleans, Illinois Central, Monday morning rain. 15 cars and 15 restless riders. 3 conductors and 25 sacks of mail. All along the southbound Odyssey, the train pulled out of Kankakee and rolls along the houses, farms and fields, past the towns that have no name, graveyards full of old black men, and the graveyards of the rusted automobiles. Good morning, America, how are you? Hey, don't you know me now? I'm your favorite son. I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. Dealing card games with the old men in the club car. Pass the paper bag. Oh God, I screwed up here. Pardon me. That's one of those clankers I was talking about. Dealing card games with the old men in the club car. Penny a point, ain't no one keeping score. Pass the paper bag that holds the bottle. Feel the wheels rumbling beneath the floor, and the sons of Dornan porters and the sons of engineers ride their magic, their father's magic carpets made of steel. Mothers with the babies asleep, a rocket to the gentle beat, and the rhythm of the rails is all they feel. Well, good morning, America, how are you? Say, don't you know me now? I'm your native son. I'm the train that calls the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. Nighttime on the city of New Orleans. Changing cars in Memphis, Tennessee. Halfway home, we'll be there by morning. Through the Mississippi, it's darkness going to the sea. But all the towns and people seem fade into a bad dream. And the steel rail still ain't heard the news. The conductor sings the song again. The passengers will please refrain. This town's got the disappearing railroad blues. Well now, good morning, America, how are ya? See, don't you know me now? I'm your native son. I'm the train they call the city of New Orleans. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done. I'll be gone 500 miles when the day is done.
Yeah.
Thank you. After I hit a couple of clinkers there, you weren't afraid to sing, see?
Damn nice of you to do it.
Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah. By the way, you notice when Bill did his sea chanties, he didn't do no R.
No, that's right.
Here's another one I started to mess with up in the lobby of the Snow King, and this one has some very easy sing-along chorus, and Adrian had lent some beautiful harmony to it. So you're obviously invited to jump in, as is everybody. My little love, she stands a-waiting far across the wide Missouri, on the banks I hear her calling to me. Across the wide Missouri, across the wide Missouri. For 7 years I've been
Joey Chambers.
Yeah, I need feedback on that, Jack. I like that.
And next we have a fellow that comes over the hill here. He's living over in Idaho these days, but he used to be our band leader out at the Stagecoach for a number of years. But he's back with us again. Here is Mr. John Seidel.
Hey!
Hey y'all, how are you? Good. Well, good. I'm glad to hear that. Let's see. I do need to thank heavens for this little clippy-do thing here, Bill. This is a good invention because as we get older, we don't memorize the words quite as well as we used to, do we? Oh. I think Jack is.
Can't memorize any. They're just good ones that I know.
I think Jack is getting so old that he's starting to go backwards now and getting younger. Actually, you do reach a point where that happens, don't you?
I don't know. Nobody will tell me.
Well, I must say, Jack, that I look at you and I think, boy, there's hope for the future. You are really in fine shape for the shape you're in, aren't you? Really. I'm going to see if I can do this real pretty Christmas song for you by Buck Ramsey. Buck died this last year. He was a great cowboy singer. Saw him at Elko a bunch of times. And this is called the Christmas Waltz that he wrote. Well, the winter is here, and the old years are passing. The sun in its circle winds far in the south. It's time to bring cheer to a cold, snowbound cow camp. It's Christmas tree time of the year for the house. So ride to the cedar break rim of the canyon, down by where the river takes creek water clear, and saddle sleigh home us a fine stately pine tree, a picked out while prowling the pasture this year. Wild fair strings, the berries, and popcorn and whatnot, and tie braids the wreaths out of leather and vines. Old Dunder, he whistles and whistles old carols, and fills them with stories of fine olden times. He talks of a baby boy born in a cowshed, all swaddled in tatters and laid in a trough, who in growing up gave away all that he'd gathered, and taught us that what is not given is lost. Well, it's the morning of Christmas, and long before dawning, the camp hands are resin to gather the feast. They bake a wild turkey, but with the fire glowing, they don warm apparel and go out to gaze at the star of the east. Well, they cobbler the plums they put up back in the summer. They bake a wild turkey and roast backstrap deer. And they cobble the sourdough for rising and bacon. And pass now the brown jug of cheer. Well, the dinner is done, and they pass out the presents. They're three each they open with handshakes and hugs, while Ty gets his guitar and Fred gets his fiddle, while Dunder and Fair laugh and roll back the rugs. and the tunes that they play melt the chill from the winter. Walk under and fair waltz and two-step along. They play, sing, and dance until the next morning's dawning. Then all of their slumbers are filled with this song.
Is that a nice song, Jack? Thanks. I'd like to get Hank up here and help me with one. You know, I've been wondering why Bill Briggs gets to sing all the darn songs about snow, you know, so I'm going to do another song here to try to entice more snow out of the clouds up there.
Signs of stopping, and I brought some corn for popping. Oh, the lights are turned way down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out in the storm. But if you really hold me tight, all the way home I'll be warm. Oh, the fire is slowly dying. My dear, we're still goodbying, as long as you love me so. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
John Seidel. Oh, good to have him back with us once in a while now. Here we have next a fellow that comes by only out of season. He gets too busy doing his work up there at the Teton Valley Ranch, but he's here with us tonight. This is Off Season for Matt Montaigne.
It's funny that summer business doesn't really have an off season. Judy and I hit the road here in a few weeks, and we're out doing shows around the country, getting kids for next summer. Our girls' session for next summer was full in October. It's amazing, but we still go on the road to get our staff all lined up and everything, and so it's fun to have a chance to sit here and play a little bit. Jerry, you're right. It's all about fun, and I was sort of marveling at all the different styles and the different types of music that everybody likes. And some songs we repeat and do again over and over because they become old favorites, and other ones make an appearance now and then. Sometimes you have to use a cheat sheet. Now, I ran into an interesting problem this afternoon. I found that this is a song that I like to do this time of year, and I couldn't find it on my computer except for the words, and I needed the chord version. And then finally I found it, and I remembered last year it slopped over into a second page, and then I had to stop halfway through and flip it over, so I reduced the type size so it all fit on one page. Now I've got a problem. Well, anyway, this is a Christmas season, and it means a lot of different kinds of things in different cultures around the world. And do you know about the solstice and the moon coming up? The full moon, which is the perigee of 133 years, the closest point it will be, and the brightest, the largest that the moon will be in about 100 more years, something like that. I might have it a little backwards, but it's going to be a special occasion, and the season of light when things start getting brighter again. Well, this song goes back into the early part of the century, when back when there were some early wars going on. Seems like they keep going, doesn't it? Isn't that sad? But there's some real message of hope and peace in this song. It's a true story. It's called Christmas in the Trenches. There was a movie made about it sometime or other, but it's about a truce that happened in the middle of the night on Christmas Eve, and some magical things that happened. Oh, my name is Francis Tolliver. I come from Liverpool. 2 years ago the war was raging, waiting for me after school. Sorry about that. To Belgium and to Flanders, to Germany, to here. I fought for king and country I loved dear. 'Twas Christmas in the trenches where the frost so bitter hung. The frozen fields were France, for still no Christmas song was sung. Our families back in England were toasting us that day. They're brave and glorious lads so far away. I was lying with my messmates on the cold and rocky ground, when across the lines of battle came a most peculiar sound. Says I, now listen up me boys, each soldier strained to hear, as one young German voice sang out so clear. Well, he singing bloody well, you know, my partner says to me. Soon one by one each German voice joined in harmony. Well, the cannons rested silent, the gas clouds rolled no more, as Christmas brought us respite from the war. As soon as they were finished and a reverent pause was spent, God rest ye merry gentlemen, struck up some lads from Kent. The next they sang was Stille Nacht, 'tis silent night, says sigh, and in two tongues one song filled up that sky. Well, there's someone coming towards us, the frontline sentry cried. All sights were fixed on one lone figure coming from their side. His truce flag like a Christmas star shone on that plain so bright, as he bravely strode unarmed into the night. Soon one by one on either side, soon one by one on either side, walked into no man's land. With neither guns nor bayonets, we met there hand to hand. We shared some secret brandy, and we wished each other well. And in a flare-lit soccer game, we gave 'em hell. Oh, we traded chocolates, cigarettes, and photographs from home. These sons and fathers far away from families of their own. Young Sanders played his squeeze box, and they had a violin. This curious and unlikely band of men. Soon daylight stole upon us, and France was France once more. With sad farewells we each began to settle back to war. But the question haunted every heart that lived that wondrous night: whose family have I fixed within my sights? 'Twas Christmas in the trenches where the frost so bitter hung. The frozen fields of France were warmed as songs of peace were sung. For the walls they kept between us to exact the work of war had been crumbled and were gone forevermore. 'Twas Christmas in the trenches where the frost so bitter hung. The frozen fields of France were warmed as songs of peace were sung. For the walls they kept between us to exact the work of war had been crumbled and were gone forevermore. Oh, my name is Francis Tolliver. In Liverpool I dwell. Each Christmas come since World War I, I've learned its lessons well. That the ones who call the shots won't be among the dead and lame. And on each end of the rifle were the same. Thank you. I really think that's a beautiful song. Sometime I'll be able to learn it so I'll remember all the words. Isn't that amazing that that was a true story?
Did they take up shooting again the next morning?
Don't know.
You don't know.
Did they what?
Take up shooting again.
Yeah. Sure.
Well, I like goofy songs, and this is a really goofy one that has no relationship to
We
anything.
need a goofy one.
flopped me a rubber blubber whale. Daddy, he flopped me a rubber blubber whale. How I love my rubber blubber, rubber blubber, rubber blubber, rubber blubber, rubber blubber whale, blubber whale, rubber blubber, rubber blubber whale. Sister, she wanted my rubber blubber whale. Sister, she wanted my rubber blubber whale. How I love my, you know how you know I really love her, but she cannot have my rubber blubber, rubber blubber, rubber blubber whale, blubber whale, rubber blubber, rubber blubber whale. So Mama went and bought another rubber blubber whale. Mama went and bought a rubber blubber whale. How I love my rubber blubber, rubber blubber, rubber blubber, rubber blubber, rubber blubber whale, blubber whale, rubber blubber, rubber blubber whale. Sing along if you want. Drink something and then sing along. Oh, I went swimming with my rubber blubber whale. I took it to the water in a little yellow pail. How I love my rubber blubber, rubber blubber, rubber blubber, rubber blubber, rubber blubber whale, blubber whale, rubber blubber, rubber blubber whale. I took a bath with my rubber blubber whale. I went splish splash with his little rubber tail. How I love my rubber blubber, rubber blubber, rubber blubber, rubber blubber, rubber blubber whale, blubber whale, rubber blubber, rubber blubber whale. Well, I'm gonna rub-a-dub my rubber blubber whale. I'm gonna rub-a-dub my rubber blubber whale. Everybody rub-a-dub your rubber blubber, rubber blubber, rubber blubber, rubber blubber whale, blubber whale, rubber blubber, rubber blubber whale. Everybody rub-a-dub your rubber blubber whale. Everybody rub-a-dub your rubber blubber whale. Rub-a-dub your rubber blubber, rubber blubber, rubber blubber, rubber blubber, rubber blubber whale, blubber whale, rubber blubber, rubber blubber whale.
Gazing upon the rude bed where he lies, the shepherds are kneeling with hearts full of love, while angels sing loud alleluias above. Kneel down and adore him with shepherds today. Lift up little hands now and praise him as they rejoice that a Savior from sin you can boast, and join in the song of the heavenly host. Okay. I don't know about you, but every time I hear that tune, I start thinking about skipping. Yes. It just seems to fit. All right, now somebody had a Caribbean song a while ago. I forgot who it was, yes. And I don't know if this comes from the Caribbean or not, but it sure sounds like it might. Long time ago in Bethlehem, so the Holy Bible say, Mary's boy child, Jesus Christ, was born on Christmas Day. Hark now, hear the angels sing, the King was born today, and man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. While shepherds watched their flocks by night, they saw a bright new shining star, and heard a choir from heaven sing. The music came from afar. Hark now, hear the angels sing, King was born today, and man will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Now Joseph and his wife Mary came to Bethlehem that night. They found no place to bear a child, not a single room was in sight. By and by they found a little nook in a stable all forlorn, and in a manger cold and dark, Mary's little boy child was born. Hark now, hear the angels sing, King was born today, and man will live forevermore, because of Christmas Day, and man will live forevermore, because of Christmas Day.
Thank you.
Well, folks, those of you who have not encountered the duo you're about to hear are in for a real treat. I also need to let you know that the concession stand is about to shut down, so if you want to catch a last snack or a soft drink or a beer, they'll be closing down the next 5 or 10 minutes. Tonight we've got a couple of musicians up here from Star Valley. Doug Woody has played a lot here at the Hootenanny. Wonderful fiddle player, accordion player, guitar player. I probably can play anything you'd want to pick up. One you may not have heard, he's been up here once or twice before, is going to play with him, is Ryan Foxley, who's the director of strings for the junior and I think it's junior and high school music program. Did I get that right, Ryan?
That's right.
These two make some wonderful music together. Would you please join me in making welcome Doug and Ryan?
Be ready in just a minute. Ryan's got the same problem I do. He can't decide what he really wants to play. He grows up, so.
Starting on the fiddle, right?
Yeah. You know anything about this tune to tell? Just no Irish tune, I guess.
This is a Celtic tune called The Musical Priest. That's all I know about it. The rest is up to your imagination.
Same key.
We are.
Thank you. What are we doing next?
Old Calhoun.
We're going to switch gears and countries and everything else and do styles. I'm an old cowhand.
Let's see. I'm going to use your harp on this after all. I did this with the Hoot a couple months ago. I didn't have Ryan with me, so that didn't count. Trying to do too many repeats tonight.
You ready?
I hope. I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, but my legs ain't bowed, my cheeks ain't tan. I'm a cowboy who never saw a cow. I never roped a steer, I don't know how, and I sure ain't a fixin' to start it now. Yippee-yi-oh-ki-yay, yippee-yi-oh-ki-yay. I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, and I learned to ride before I learned to stand. I'm a riding fool who is up to date. I know every trail in this Lone Star State, 'cause I ride the range in my Ford V8. Yippee-yi-oh-ki-yay, yippee-yi-oh-ki-yay. I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande. I come to town just to hear the band. I know all the songs that the cowboys know about the big corral where the doggies go. I learned them all on the radio. Yippee-yi-oh-ki-yay, yippee-yi-oh-ki-yay. Do it again. I'm an old cowhand from the Rio Grande, and it was wild round the borderland, where the buffalo roam around the zoo. The Indians will weave you a rug or two. The old bar X is a barbecue. Yippee-yi-oh-ki-yay, yippee-yi-oh-ki-yay, yippee-yi-oh-ki-yay. I think we need Hank now. Hank here still? This is those kind of those bittersweet songs that just begs for a dobro in there to make it a little more bitter.
Play a heart.
That lonesome. No, Hank always makes it sound better. So appreciate that. Remember how we started? I'll just start singing.
Yeah, go ahead and sing it.
Remember the words. It's today you say you're leaving, darling. Time comes when you must follow your own heart. Though my silly mind is sick with fear, in my heart I know that these differences just go to show how much the same we are. Someday we'll build us a home up in the canyon by the falls, splashing water our companion under shooting stars. And when Mother Earth and Father Time reunite us one more time, we'll remember that we've never been apart. So step on out into the big times when you must follow your own heart. The first time that we touched, I felt a love so real, so much, that I knew I'd never say goodbye to you. Someday we'll build us a home up in the canyon by the falls, splashing water our companion under shooting stars. And when Mother Earth and Father Time reunite us one more time, we'll remember that we've never been apart. Shooting stars. And when Mother Earth and Father Time reunite us one more time, we remember that we've never been apart. Yes, we'll remember that we've never been apart. Accordion. Oh, Hank was playing this one with us too. Hank, that Hard Time song, another mournful song. Sorry, I didn't realize we were doing that one next.
So organized, we just don't know what to do with ourselves. Hard Times, Come Again No More, is that it, or is that the wrong one? It's the other one, isn't it?
Waiting for the Hard Times to...
Yeah, Waiting for the Hard Times
to go.
My name, it don't matter. You don't know me, no how. But I wish you would listen to what I'm saying now. Need someone to talk to, and I want you to know. Ain't putting you down, but I don't like this town. Just waiting for the hard banjo, yeah. So,
Oh, what do you need, Cabo?
I had it in my vest pocket. What did you? Oh, I put it on the guitar.
Some show on NPR recently, I heard clawhammer banjo described as so primitive that it's barely music, but and the huh?
You say that small.
Well, I was just going to say the ironic thing is that at this time last evening, he was in formal wear, tails, directing a chorus and a choir and an orchestra in the Handel's Messiah. So. I don't know if that's...
I'm relaxing tonight.
This is his therapy for
Yeah, therapy.
I don't know if he's versatile or schizophrenic. But he's good at both. What are we doing?
Big Ridge, huh? Are we in the same tuning here? All right, here we go. This is frailing banjo, for those of you that don't know, as opposed to bluegrass style. In the Scruggs bluegrass style, you'd have finger picks on your hands, and this frailing or claw hammer is where I hit it with the back of my fingernail. It's sort of a hammering effect. And
Do just a couple of chords slowly that way. So you're
All right.
probably trying to watch your hand is moving so fast I can't see what you were doing.
so on the downstroke, I pick these the long strings with this middle finger. Some people do it with their first finger. And I do this. And then when I add the fifth, my thumb, which pulls down, it gets like this. And then if I pull off, it adds more. Sounds harder than it is. That's what's so cool about the banjo, you know? Anybody can play it, but... Oh, there's another old timer. Handsome Molly. Huh? I'd sail the ocean round, sailing around the ocean, sailing around the sea, thinking of handsome Molly wherever she might be. Bright as coals, teeth shone like the lilies out in the morning cold. Sailing around the ocean, sailing around the sea, thinking of handsome Molly wherever she might be. Your right hand, you said if we'd be married that I could be your man. Sailing around the ocean, sailing around the sea, thinking of handsome Molly wherever she might be. Went to church on Sunday, she passed me on by. I could tell her mind was changing by the roving of her eye. Sailing around the ocean, sailing around the sea, thinking of handsome Molly wherever she might be. Marry whom you please, while my poor heart is aching, you're lying at your ease. Sailing around the ocean, sailing around the sea, thinking of handsome Molly wherever she might be. I think so. How was our time? We're going fast, aren't we?
Got a couple mandolin tunes here, and then we'll
wrap it up. I always like that fiddle banjo combination because it's the old time. If you had a fiddle and a banjo, you had a band in the old days. That's not kidding either. I mean, these guys that play dances all night long with just that. It's great stuff. Did you lose your pick?
Yeah.
It's the first time he's ever lost a pick. And,
oh,
there it is.
1, 2, 3, 4. When I was a cowboy out on the western plains, when I was a cowboy out on the western plains, I made me a $500,000 pulling on the bridle reins. Come a kai-kai yippee, come a kai-kai yippee yippee yay. Come a kai-kai yippee, come a kai-kai yippee yippee yay. Oh, the hardest battle ever on the western plains. Oh, the hardest battle ever on the western plains. When me and a bunch of cowboys, we ran on to Jesse James. Come a kai-kai yippee yippee yay. Come a kai-kai yippee, come a kai-kai yippee yippee yay. Jesse James. Me and a bunch of cowboys, we ran on to Jesse James. Them bullets started flying like a dark night summer's rain. Come a kai-kai yippee, kai-kai yippee yippee yay. Come a kai-kai yippee, come a kai-kai yippee yippee yay. catches fire and there ain't no water around. If your house catches fire and there ain't no water around, I throw your suitcase out the window, let the damn old shack burn down. Come a kai-kai yippee, come a kai-kai yippee, yippee, yippee. Come a kai-kai yippee, come a kai-kai yippee, yippee, yippee. Take it again. Made me $1 million just pulling on a bridle reins. Come a kai-kai yippee, come a kai-kai yippee, yippee, hey. Come a kai-kai yippee, come a kai-kai yippee, yippee, One more tune, a Christmas tune.
Two more tunes.
We ran out.
We ran out. We don't know anymore.
The reason we play this Christmas tune is one you can play year round. You just change the name of it. So
Yeah.
don't have time to learn songs you can only play once a year. Right. Plus, I can't remember them from year to year. If I only play them once a year, I can't remember them. So. This is in the key of E minor.
What kind of combination of instruments would you like to hear?
Your choice.
What?
Bando.
Fiddle. Should we do Jerusalem?
Yeah.
How about doing fiddles?
Hey, this is close. This is Jerusalem Ridge, so it's just over the hill from Bethlehem. It's
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's called Jerusalem Ridge. It's a Bill Monroe tune. One of the best fiddle tunes around, I think. I think the Ridge was one he had to walk over when he went over to visit his Uncle Penn Vandiver, who he learned a lot of stuff from.
That's Doug Woody and a marvelous musician over here, Ryan Foxley. Boy, these guys are really good. I hope we'll hear from these two again sometime. Meanwhile, we'll get on with our runaround for the last go here. This is one song only, and we've got Cal Clover first up.
One song up. Then I don't have to wear this, now do I? You guys have to drive back there tonight?
yeah.
I don't want to tell you what the weather's doing out there, but
We're tough.
watch that Snake River Canyon. I'm glad they told me one song only.
Go ahead.
Don't leave anything here major. Or if you do, I have it.
Just about that.
I need a mandolin.
You need one.
Let's see. Well, this will go out to anyone who's missing a loved one or somebody for Christmas, is not getting to spend some time with them. Oh, I have a blue Christmas without you. I'll be so blue thinking about you. Decorations of red on a green Christmas tree won't be the same if you're not here with me. I'll have a blue Christmas, that's certain. And when your blue heartaches start hurting, you'll be doing alright with your Christmas of white. Oh, I'll have a blue Christmas. I'll have a blue Christmas without you. I'll be so blue thinking about you. Decorations of red on a green Christmas tree. I'll be a sign if you're not here with me. I'll have a blue Christmas, that's certain. And when your blue heartaches start hurting, you'll be doing alright with your Christmas of white. Oh, I'll have a blue Christmas. Oh, I'll have a blue Christmas. Oh, I'll have a blue Christmas. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Gal Clover. All right. Now we get this singer-songwriter topical items that he has for us. Always a bit on the humorous side is Bradley Parker.
I really like this rack harp harmonica here. I'm gonna play a John Hartford tune. Just because I like John Hartford. He's been a big inspiration in my life since I was small. And I was listening to Frank Zappa, and then there was the juxtaposition of John Hartford. So if you can only imagine. John Hartford always used to cut off his guitar strings on the ends, and Frank Zappa never didn't. So he had other people cut them off. Anyhow, this is a song about a riverboat. Very appropriate for Jackson.
Black coffee, fried eggs, and a well-done T-bone steak. Likes a red dress, pearly white teeth, and the flash of the pretty brown leg. Well, long ago he smoked reefer, and he even made home brew. The reefer came in through New Orleans back before World War II. He's just a fellow working on the river, all his life by paddle wheel. You said it's old-fashioned, that ain't no big deal. It's too thick to navigate, it's too thin to plow. Let 'em go on, mama, don't put 'em down for it now. He comes from a real old time, well, life had to fight to just learn how. Might have been voted for an exit once, but I'm sure he sees that now. And on Friday nights he makes the best chicken gummy you'd ever want to eat. Saturday morning before anyone's up, he's gone off down to the fleet. He's just a fella working on the river, on his life by paddle wheel. He said it's old-fashioned, that ain't no big deal. It's too thick to navigate, it's thin to plow. Let 'em go on, mama, don't put 'em down for it now. smokes an old line bought cigar, says that it's missing it all. Goes out and takes a couple of trips in the spring and then in the fall. Well, the railroad trains, the buses and the planes, picking up all the slack. He's watching all those riverboat towns slowly turn their back. He's just a fella working on the river, all fly by about a wheel. He's sitting so fast, that ain't no big deal. It's too thick to navigate, it's too thin to plow. Let 'em go, mama, don't put 'em down for it now, let 'em go now.
Bradley Parker. All right, now we get up here, our storyteller, Tales as Yet Untold, here by Jack Hyler.
No tales today. I don't have any circulation. I'm cold. Well, I'm glad to see somebody else a little chilly. This is a 2YK song in a way, I guess. Nicodemus' slave was of African birth and was bought for a bag full of gold. He was reckoned a part of the salt of the earth, and he died long ago, very old. And his last sad request as they laid him to rest in the trunk of an old hollow tree was, wake me up for the great jubilee. It's a great day coming, it's not far off, it's been a long, long time on the way. So run and tell Elijah to hurry on home and meet us at the gum tree down in the swamp for to wake Nicodemus today, for to wake Nicodemus today. Thank you.
It's Jack Hyler, and next we have Peter Ward.
I don't have a second song, so he's going to let me sing it.
This is a Christmas song without the Christmas words. One of the things that amazed me when I met Adrienne, and particularly when I started to travel in the wilderness with her, was she could see an animal anywhere. It was unbelievable what she could spot.
And I didn't charge money for it either.
On my first day in Jackson, my true love showed to me an eagle perched high up in a tree. On my second day in Jackson, my true love showed to me two mangy moose and an eagle perched high up in a tree. On my third day in Jackson, my true love showed to me three lion cubs, two mangy moose, and an eagle perched high up in a tree. On my fourth day in Jackson, my true love showed to me four bighorn sheep, three lion cubs, two mangy moose, and an eagle perched high up in a tree. On my fifth day in Jackson, my true love showed to me five buffalo, four bighorn sheep, three lion cubs, two mangy moose, and an eagle perched high up in a tree. On my sixth day in Jackson, my true love showed to me six coyotes howling, five buffalo, four bighorn sheep, three lion cubs, two mangy moose, and an eagle perched high up in a tree. On my seventh day in Jackson, my true love showed to me 7,000 elk a-feeding, six coyotes howling, five buffalo, bighorn sheep, 3 lion cubs, 2 mangy moose, and an eagle perched high up in a tree. On my 8th day in Jackson, my true love showed to me 8 wolves a-stalking, 7,000 elk a-feeding, 6 coyotes howling, 5 buffalo, 4 bighorn sheep, 3 lion cubs, 2 mangy moose, and an eagle perched high up in a tree. On my 9th day in Jackson, my true love showed to me 9 deer a-munching, 8 wolves a-stalking, 7,000 elk a-feeding, 6 coyotes howling, 5 buffalo, 4 bighorn sheep, 3 lion cubs, 2 mangy moose, and an eagle perched high up in a tree. On my 10th day in Jackson, my true love showed to me 10 ravens eating, 9 deer a-munching, 8 wolves a-stalking, 7,000 elk a-feeding, 6 coyotes howling, 5 buffalo, 4 bighorn sheep, 3 lion cubs, 2 mangy moose, and an eagle perched high up in a tree. On my 11th day in Jackson, my true love showed to me 11 mortars booming, 10 ravens eating, 9 deer a-munching, 8 wolves a-stalking, 7,000 elk a-feeding, 6 coyotes howling, 5 buffalo, 4 bighorn sheep, 3 lion cubs, 2 mangy moose, and an eagle perched high up in a tree. On my 12th day in Jackson, my true love showed to me 12 tourists gawking, 11 mortars booming, 10 ravers eating, 9 deer a-munching, 8 wolves a-stalking, 7,000 elk a-feeding, 6 coyotes howling, 5 buffalo, 4 bighorn sheep, 3 lion cubs, 2 mangy moose, and an eagle perched high up in a tree.
That's great. That was good.
Are you gonna do one? I know, they must have. Did you guys write that?
He did. That's great.
That was pretty good.
Peter and Adrian Ward. All right. That's a classic. Boy. See, that one will live on. All right. And now we have our originator of this here gathering, come back to us from California, Dick Barker.
Well, the news isn't good, really. It seems that every day you turn on the TV and there's just more killing and devastation and people doing harm to one another. And it's always sad at this time of the year. So I'm going to try to do a song. This song was written by a Canadian folk singer, Ed McCurdy. And I believe he wrote this back in the 50s, early 50s or late 40s, something like that. Last night I had the strangest dream I'd never dreamed before. I dreamed the world had all agreed to put an end to war. I dreamed I saw a mighty room. The room was full of men, and the paper they were signing said they'd never fight again. And when the paper was all signed and 1,000,000 copies made, they all joined faithful prayers were prayed, and the people in the streets below were dancing round and round, while guns and swords and uniforms were scattered on the ground. Last night I had the strangest dream I'd never dreamed before. I dreamed the world had all agreed to put an end to war.
Dick Barker. All right. Greg Keckler's gone. All right, we're bound to. Jerry Chambliss. Jerry, are you there?
Yes, I'll be here. Oh, well, there goes the first dent. I mean, shit, it's just not going to stay this condition, is it?
It's beautiful.
The problem is that little crank on the side that makes all the music is loose. I don't know. A little Christmas time here. Still trying to get used to this thing. Pete, you got one of these. And all these damn knobs intimidate the hell out of me. If I go out of tune, I'm ruined. I won't know where to go with this.
Don't touch them.
Don't touch.
Factory tune.
Factory tune. These are a series of Christmas carols for the psychiatrically challenged. First, we have the schizophrenia. Do I hear what I hear? I saw that guy. I saw that guy having dinner at the Cadillac restaurant. And he sat down and the waiter says, "Nice to have you with us." He said, "Yes, yes." He said, "Do you know what you want?" "Yes." "What would you like?" "Oh, I'll have what I'm having." Then we have the multiple personality disorder. We three queens disoriented are. Then we have the narcissist. Hark the herald angels sing all about me. Then we have the manic. Deck the halls and walls, in house and lawn and streets and stores and office, and on the town and the cars and the buses and the trucks and the tires and the fire hydrants and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Then we have, I think my favorite one, the paranoid. Better watch out. Better watch. Better not cry. Better not pout. Telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to get me. Oh well. Here's one that's got little mothballs on it. Pete and Adrian will recognize it. I don't know how much mileage it's gotten outside of the trio. And I ended up doing this with the Jackson Hole Corral against my better judgment. But my son snookered me into it again. It's hard to figure out where I am with this thing. Got it. Children, oh, where I send thee, how shall I send thee? I'm gonna send you one by one for the little bitty baby who was born in Bethlehem. Children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? I'm gonna send you 2 by 2, 2 for Paul and Silas, 1 for the little bitty baby who was born in Bethlehem. Children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? I'm gonna send you 3 by 3, 3 for the Hebrew children, 2 for Paul and Silas, 1 for the little baby who was born in Bethlehem. Children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? I'm gonna send you 6 by 6, 6 for the 6 that never got fixed, 5 for the gospel preachers, 4 for the 4 stood at the door, 3 for the Hebrew children, 2 for Paul and Silas, 1 for the little baby who was born in Bethlehem. Children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? I'm gonna send you 8 by 8, 8 for the 8 that stood at the gate, 7 for the 7 that never got to heaven, 6 for the 6 that never got fixed, 5 for the gospel preachers, 4 for the 4 stood at the door, 3 for the Hebrew children, 2 for Paul and Silas, 1 for the little bitty baby who was born in Bethlehem. Children, go where I send thee. How shall I send thee? I'm gonna send you 10 by 10, 10 for the 10 commandments, 9 for the 9 old dress so fine, 8 for the 8 stood at the gate, 7 for the 7 who never got to heaven, 6 for the 6 that never got fixed, 5 for the gospel preachers, 4 for the 4 stood at the door, 3 for the Hebrew children, 2 for Paul and Silas, 1 for the little bitty baby who was born in Bethlehem. He was born in Bethlehem. Merry Christmas.
Jerry Chambliss and Matt, are you still here?
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, there he is. All right, Matt Montaigne.
I like Bill Stain songs, so gonna do Yellowstone Winds. There's a star that's shining bright on the Teton Range tonight. There's a lonesome cloud that's flying out across the moon. There's a country song so sweet that reaches to the street through the hoots and hollers of an old run-down saloon. Yellowstone winds, well, they're calling me back again. Come here to me, my friend, they whisper to my soul. Piney smoke in the frosty air, cattle grazing all around you there. Snowfields on the mountain fair lie silent in the cold. I can feel the morning sun and see that old Snake River run, and remember all the legends and the tales. Old humpbacks in my dreams as he wanders up his streams and stops to stand a mark beside the trail. Yellowstone winds, well, they're calling me back again. Come here to me, my friend, they whisper to my soul. Piney smoke in the frosty air, cattle grazing all around you there. Snowfields on the mountain fair lie silent in the cold. There's a young coyote that calls from the steep high country walls as she ranges in the shadows of the trees. With her cunning in her hair, prospecting in the air, she searches for the scent upon the breeze. Yellowstone winds, well, they're calling me back again. Come here to me, my friend, they whisper to my soul. Piney smoke in the frosty air, cattle grazing all around you there. Snowfields on the mountain fair lie silent in the cold. There's a star that's shining bright on the Teton Range tonight. There's a lonesome cloud that's flying out across the moon. There's a country song so sweet that reaches to the street through the hoots and hollers of an old run-down saloon. Yellowstone winds, well, they're calling me back again. Come here to me, my friend, they whisper to my soul. Piney smoke in the frosty air, cattle grazing all around you there. Snowfields on the mountain fair lie silent in the cold. Thank you.
It's Matt Montaigne, and that's our program for tonight. Thank you all for coming.